Yeah, I know that. I know. Okay, here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to give them the introduction. I'm going to tell them how I'm a full time RVer, how I love doing do it yourself projects, how I've done all my own repairs, how I've researched everything, how I've done tests, and how I've sampled stuff, how I've gained access to different types of materials, and oh, there's just so much knowledge that I want to share, but I just can't say it all in this one video. And so, of course, yes, yeah. If they have questions, I'd love for them to leave comments. I mean, that'd be great. I answer all the comments. As long as it's pertaining to the video, I'm good with that. Yes, of course. Yeah, sure. I'd like them to hit like. Why not? That and subscribe. But that's all totally up to them. Yeah, of course. Uh-huh. Yep. That would be great. That would be great. Yeah. So anyways, let me get started on this video, and so we could move on with this.
Hi, my name's Greg. I am the creator of Good Old RVing. And just real quick, I was born into the RV world. Parents RV'd, I RV. I think it's going to be a family tradition. Anyways, got a lot to cover. Let's get started. Okay. Let's talk plumbing, RV plumbing precisely. Okay, we'll start out with spare accessories to have available. This is what you call PEX pipe. This is particularly the half-inch diameter PEX, and we cut it with cutters because when you put a fitting on it, you want it to have a perfect fit. So you use a cutter. When you put it on the cutter, you got to make sure it goes over both. They'll square it up, both lips here and here. That'll force it to square up. So when you cut your pipe, you have a nice flat square lip and it's not crunched. And so whatever you put on there, even though these are the wrong caps, they fit on there easily. So that's the reason you use a good, these cutters are good for PVC, PEX pipe, any kind of plastic pipe. That's what these cutters are good for. Okay, next, is your fittings or your clamps. No, these aren't half. Okay, well, I'm not seeing half in here. I think this is 3/4 actually. Clamps. Clamps, where are you? Here. Here's a bag of clamps. You can get them online. Those are too big too. And these are too big too. And these are the right ones. And actually you could also get them, well, you used to be able to get them at Home Depot. I think you can still get them at Lowe's. Yeah, they're changing every Home Depot. Let me talk about that real quick. Home Depot is changing to what they call PEX A pipe. And you cannot use that in your RV unless you change out everything or put adapters to adapt regular PEX to PEX A. And I don't think they have those adapters. And so the reason why they're not interchangeable is because with PEX A, the tool for clamping down the pipe onto the fitting spreads the pipe. It's flexible and it spreads the pipe slowly, and then that allows you to put this on, put your fitting in, and then it'll automatically clamp itself down onto that fitting. And it's a much more secure fitting than what they have in the RVs. But a lot of work and a lot of money if you want to change it. And so I just wanted to touch on that. And also the PEX-A pipes, they actually say right here on the labels what type of pipe it is. So if you see PEX-A and that's normally just white pipe, you'll be able to read it on the label. Don't get it because you probably don't have the right proper crimping tool for it. Okay, these are the proper crimping tools, or proper crimps. These are what they use at the factory, or similar, to put your fittings on your pipes. Let's see if I have one here somewhere. Right here. This is a factory fitting right here. And I removed the plastic fitting because I put all brass in because I prefer them. And so these are the clamps they use at the factory to clamp it in. I don't think they were using the right tool, but that's what they were doing. And so, and this, they don't only use PEX pipe in your plumbing, they also use hose. Now this is special hose. It's for potable water so you can drink through it and it's okay. If you just try to put some rubber hose that you get at the auto parts store on there, one, is this not healthy for you? Two, is it probably won't fit on your fittings, like these fittings here. See how that this hose will go over it and clamp onto it, but it probably won't. Thing to know about their special hose also is it also takes the same clamps, because the outside diameter is the same outside diameter as the PEX pipe. So you should be able to, with a little difficulty, unless this is the wrong one. Yeah, it might be the wrong one. But you should be able to slide that over the hose as well. Well, it's sliding, it's just being real difficult. Try the other end. Yeah, the thing with their hose is I was not able to. Yeah, it's got to be just right. And I am not the man to make that just right. Not today anyway, it's a pain. So anyway, since I'm just trying to explain stuff to you, I'm not gonna kill myself trying to make this right. Oh, look at there, I got it through. It's tight, but it's through. And so just to show you, get to this stuff in a minute. Just to show you on a fitting, here's a 1/2-inch fitting. This is a PEX, you can tell by the rings on it. This is a PEX fitting, not a hose fitting. And see how that just goes on there real easy. With the clamp on there, it's a little harder. But it goes. And then you want it to be tight, and then you clamp it down and it's secure really good. But they have special fittings for barbed on one side and PEX on the other. I have some of those in here too. If I get to that, I'll show it to you. So anyways, just wanted to touch on the hose fitting. Okay, now I'm going to just show you how easy this is to work. Let me just use one of these. See, this fitting just slides in there. Slide that up on there like so. If you see right here how this is, that's where this goes in. It's a ratcheting type. It opens up. That goes right in there. Make sure you're all lined up right. Just like that. And you clamp it down. You hear it ratcheting. Then when it reaches the bottom, you can let go. And there you have it. You see the difference between using the right tool, see how it angles in here, versus somebody who used the wrong tool. See how it's flat on both sides? And so that's the difference, and it makes a big difference as far as the tightness, the clamping strength. And so if you're going to use the proper clamps, then be sure you get the proper tool to use with them. Okay, enough about that. This is called the PEX Cinch tool. I bought it online. Of course, it's made in China. It's a JWG JW, and it's been working great for me. So I'm willing to share that without a problem. I won't share it if it don't work for me. Okay, so I've showed you clamping. I showed you the hose. Okay, this I only have out here because this is not the proper hose to use. Yeah, it's clear and it's the right size. However, see on this hose, it has the nylon braid in it. That keeps it from expanding. This one, no nylon braid. With X amount of PSI in this hose, when your water is turned off, I'm talking about at a faucet or whatever, and it's just static at a certain pressure, this will start to balloon. And I used it as an emergency once, and I could show you. Let's see if I could dig that up, and I'll put it in the video. But yeah, it'll start to balloon. Always be sure you use potable drinking water hose that has the nylon braid in it for support, and you'll be fine. Do not use this type of hose, and do not use any rubber hose. Okay, so far we've covered the hoses. So far we've covered PEX A and the PEX A clamps versus regular PEX that's in the RV and the regular PEX clamps. Okay, we've covered the crimping tool. We've covered using the proper cutter for the PEX pipe. Okay, let me put that there, let me put that there. Yeah, this. Okay, and that's also something I like to do, is I like to keep everything. I got it kind of out of the boxes right now, so it's easy to see and get to show you and explain to you everything. But right now, real quick, they have these for different style, different make, name brand water filters. And so, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that came with my Forest River RV that I'm sitting in right now. And so this is to take that casing off, the lower casing off. To do that, be sure you turn your water off and you open a faucet to release all the pressure that's in there. Otherwise you're going to come out with a big mess, especially if it's inside your water bay or something, or your service bay outside. And so even though you do those things, still put a towel down to make it easy to clean up. So filter wrench, put that down. Another tool. This tool is for your shark bites. Uh-oh. How do you use that? Okay. These are 1/2 inch shark bites. You see that plastic in there? That has to go inside of this. So you line that up. Be sure it goes inside. Then you just push. There it is. That's why it bites. It's a shark bite. Now, with this, you don't have to cut it. They're reusable. So you put this around here. See that has a little lip right here? Put this around it. If I get it on the right one. Uh-oh. There we go. Then you just pull on it. You squeeze it and pull on it. There you go. No damage to the pipe at all. You can see, if I look real close, you can see where it bit into the very edge of the pipe. So if I wanted to reuse the pipe, I'd probably cut that little piece off. Well, I'd probably have to take like a 1/4 inch off because of the cutter I have. Or I could use my smaller cutter, which I could do finer, smaller spots. And so that's how the shark bite works. And that's the tool to remove them. So in my opinion, I think they're a temporary fix. It's not a permanent fix, in my opinion. And so just keep that in mind. So those are the shark bite tool. Okay, clamps. Okay, let's see what we got here. In this bag of tricks, okay, here is PEX A pipe, which I used on these fittings right here, just so you can get an idea. I was going to use this in my water softener, but I changed it all up when I was still learning to at the time. And so I put a shut-off valve and stuff on here. And this screw, it actually does still screw into the water softener if I want to do that. But the fittings for PEX pipe and PEX A pipe are different. PEX A pipe will not, or PEX pipe will not fit on a PEX A fitting. See how big they are? It's a big difference. And so that's why it's important that you know the difference between the PEX and the PEX A if you're going to do any plumbing work. Okay, so that covers that. I'm pretty sure this is self-explanatory. Teflon seal tape. If you need it, use it. If not, don't. More clamps. Got some plugs, adapters. Okay, these are very handy. Outside where you connect your hose onto the spigot, sometimes it's best, depends on the spigot and location and everything, but sometimes it's best just to have that go straight down. It takes the tension off the end of the hose. If you leave the end of the hose hanging real tight like that, it'll start to wear it out over time, and it'll either, even though they say crimp proof, it'll start to damage it at the end where it hooks up. So they make these to where it'll just go straight down, and so you have no wear at that corner. And depending on the angle of it, they also have this one. So you got either angle, doesn't matter. So I always carry a couple of these just in case. And I always have everything in a little tray in my thing to try to help keep it organized a little bit, so they're just not thrown in a box. Okay, so that's that, that's that, that's that. Okay, this one. Yeah, you're like, what is that for? Well, if I'm not mistaken, this is also PEX A. Yeah, it is, because I got a lot of PEX A stuff in this box. But this should be the same as, where are you? Did I already use it? Huh. Don't see it. Not seeing it. But they have them for regular PEX also, is what I'm saying. And these are for two different things. One, your toilet. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. This is my toilet repair kit right here. So I don't need this or this box. Get this out of my way. Okay. Okay, this is my toilet repair kit because I'm getting ready to change the valve. Never a bad thing to have an extra on hand. Mine was leaking, but it stopped, and so I'm not in a rush to change it. There's other reasons behind that. I don't need to get into that right now. Okay, elbows. Okay, here we go. Right here. This screws this. First of all, this fitting, it has this rubber seal. So you don't need Teflon tape or goop or anything. You just screw it on here. This side screws directly onto here. Boom. And you're done. This side is for the pipe. That goes to the top. It'll go, well, they have a hose. And we'll go from there to the top, because you know on the Dometic toilets, the water comes down from the ring around the top and goes down to help clean off the edges of the toilet bowl. And so anyways, water valve for the toilet. This is regular PEX fitting. Goes in just like that. And this, you could get it in a 90 also. I'm not sure if you get it in 45. You get it in a 90. And I am also going to install a small shutoff valve on my toilet, on the hose or the plumbing going to the toilet. So if I do have to do any work in the future, I can just turn it off right there and leave the rest of the water on in the rest of the RV. Now, let's talk about something else. In the kit, it comes with regular hose clamps. I'm not a fan of hose clamps. First of all, I never feel that they get tight enough, and so I'm always cranking on them. And then, secondly, I don't think they look professional. I think as a temporary fix, they're fine, but not as a permanent fix. So this is my RV toilet repair kit right here. Come on, baby. Do the locomotion with me. There we go. I think this was in that pack apart, and I'll put it back. Okay. So, toilet repair kit. Okay, now let's see what we got in this bag of tricks. A box of tricks. Okay, let's move on to here. A lot of RVs, most of the bigger ones, they have this right here. This, my friend, is a quick disconnect. And it usually comes with a hose or something to that effect outside, to where you can just plug it in here and you can wash off something outside, like your barbecue or something, I don't know. Or whatever. But this gives you access to water on your RV outside. And so on ours, this goes to where the shower point is. So we have hot and cold water. And this comes out, and we can hook up our water faucet right there. So we could use hot or cold water. This also has a seal on the inside. So you got to be sure not to lose that seal. And every once in a while, I would spray a little silicone in here so that it doesn't rust up. Even though it's stainless steel, it gets dirt in there, stuff like that. I'd use some type of a dry lubricant because it's outside and it will catch a lot of dust. Even though it's inside a compartment, it happens. And so, yeah, it has a seal there. Also has a seal down in here. And it has, well, you can see them. If you look real close, it has a wire on each side. If you want to totally disassemble it, you have to pull those out. And so, yeah, you can see the snap ring right here on the end. So you got to pull out that snap ring, got to pull that out, a lot of stuff. Anyways, that's if you want to totally disassemble it to get to everything, so you can replace all those seals. Or just buy a new one and replace the whole thing as a unit. Up to you. Okay, so that takes care of this one. If you're familiar with PEX pipe, you'll know this. But if you're not, these are angled pipe holders. Put one in here. Let's see, like that. Hold on. Let me go down here a little further. On the other end, it's not as easy as it looks. There. And these little clips hold it in place. So if you have the space and you need to bend your PEX pipe, you need to get these, and that's the best angle you're going to get. That holds your PEX pipe from crimping at the corner. It'll hold it solid. And then you can just hook that up to whatever. So that's what that's for. And it's reusable. Just take it off like that. And then you can straighten this out to its regular shape. Okay, so now you know what that's for. What else do you need to know? This one had me fooled when I very first started working on the plumbing on this thing. Because the blue PEX pipe, right? And everyone's always, the RVs all take PEX. No, they don't only take PEX. Here's another hose. And if you look real close, if you look at the inside of this hose, you can see the nylon braid in it. And so, this RV took blue and white hose as well as blue and red PEX. And so, just for a heads up, be aware. And if you know where to get the hose, please let me know. Because you can see where they have their clamps on it. See how far it crimped down on the hose? Because they get real tight. Let's see, and this is a 1/2 inch. And I would have to fight it. I'd have to fight it big time. I think where I took this off, I just replaced it with a piece of PEX. Because I think this went to PEX, from a fitting to PEX. So anyways, so 2 different color hoses, blue PEX. What do we got in here? Okay, one thing you got to remember, you're in an RV, so you're going to need to have hose fittings. So I got hose fittings. This is a hose fitting garden hose, and this is a hose fitting on this side as well. This is the barbed for regular hose, not for PEX pipe. And I got a few of them. They're all barbed. Matter of fact, the ones I got in here are all the wrong size, I think. Let's see. No. This one's the right size. It's 1/2 inch. But it's for hose. So, see how it goes on there? But see this blue hose? Look how much bigger it is. The white hose, tighter. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, this is this. I always have extra seals for the hoses. Get a bag of them, cap and hose washers. This is the 8-piece kit right here. Also has the strainers. The kit has the strainers in it, so that's something. Okay, this should be on your spigot before your regulator, before your filter, before your hose. This is a backflow device. What it does, see all these little holes back here, right? What it does is, see, it gets clogged up and dirty. That's what it does. And when that happens, then it's no good. You got to take it off like I did. This is the old one I just wanted to show you. And so what this does, though, is when you turn your water off at the spigot, this will create a stoppage. And so none of the water in the hose or anything will come back into the park water or the city water, wherever you're hooked up. So it's always good so you're not backfilling into the city. Because, I don't know, whatever the case may be, maybe the inside of your pipes have fungus in them, who knows. But this is helpful for everybody, not just you personally. But it'll help everybody camping. So anyways, this hose quick connect. Well, it has the thing in there so I can't take it apart. But you can see, pull that back. And that comes out. If you look close, you'll see the little balls in there. So this is just a garden hose quick connect. It's good to have on all your outside hose, filter, pressure regulator, all that. And here's more Camco hose sealers. A lot of people, they like to put the quick connects outside, make it easy, especially if you move around a lot. It makes it easy. Connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect. So, okay, so let's see. This guy here, this is a adapter. Put 2 hoses together right here, or 2 female to female, because it's a male-male adapter. So that's that. And you don't need tape. This, I just have this screwed in here. but you don't need the tape on here because it has the rubber fittings. Okay, we went over these whites. Those are also seals. They're just white. We already talked about the tape. Talked about clamps. I cut a piece of that off. Okay, these shark bites, they come in a lot of different configurations, and so it all depends on what you need. And you know it's shark bite because they have a picture of a shark on it. Okay, so that's out of the way. What am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything in here? Okay, these are all regular PEX half-inch. PEX half-inch. These are half-inch PEX. Here you go. I think this is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Let's see if I have the thing in here. See how this is it's the shark bite fitting. Screws in one side, the other side's the shark bite. So it's just a sample of one of the different forms they come in. Okay, I wanted to read this off the package for you, just so you know. This is a transitioning coupler, lead-free, half-inch PEX to hose. And so what you do is the PEX, see these rings on the PEX? This is the PEX side. The fewer rings is the PEX side. This is the I just said it a second ago. This is the side for the hose. Gosh darn it. No, I'm lost for words. Okay, this is the side for the hose to go on, because you can see the difference in the right there. See, just to compare, this is a half inch, 90-degree elbow, and it's PEX. And see how there's only 3 rings? See, 3 rings. Same thing. So this side's for the hose. Like if you're gonna put, let's see if I got it. If you're going to put this hose on this side, for example, that'll go there. And then this PEX pipe would go there. That's the proper way to connect them, going from PEX to hose. Okay. And of course, you use the right clamps. Okay. And so as you can see, I like to have everything kind of contained, so I know where to go look if I need something. Of course, I got to clean this up. I took it all apart. looking for everything to show you guys. So hopefully you got some information out of here as far as your plumbing goes. Measure a dozen times if you have to. Cut once. So better to be sure and be correct the first time. To go in there and try to cut things several times, not only wasting money and time, you are making yourself frustrated. So take your time, do it once, be done with it. And so that's pretty much all I got. I hope this was a useful stage of my video series as far as the water plumbing goes. Okay, recap. Covered the needed specialty tools for plumbing. Covered bathroom repair kit, toilet repair kit for plumbing. Quick disconnects.
Well, I hope this video was helpful for you, and you could use some of the information that I shared with you. And if you liked it, please push like. And if you want to see more videos, subscribe, and you'll be alerted as I post them. And so thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you on the other side.